Welcome back to Coins. Today what you are about to see might completely change the way you look at the coins in your pocket, because this video is about one of the most mysterious and shocking Liberty coins ever discussed, the 1974 Liberty coin, a coin that many people ignore, a coin that many people spend without thinking, but a coin that under the right conditions can be worth an unbelievable amount of money, even reaching figures close to $700,000, yes, you heard that. Right. A simple-looking Liberty coin with a Denver Mint mark that has stunned collectors, shocked auction houses, and rewritten coin history in silence. Imagine holding a coin that looks ordinary, nothing flashy, nothing special at first glance, yet hidden inside its metal is a story of rarity, mistakes, history, and collector obsession. The 1974 Liberty coin was produced during a time when America was going through economic pressure, inflation was rising, and the U.S. Mint was focused on mass production rather than perfection. Millions of coins were struck, but not all of them came out the same, and that is where the real story begins. Most people believe value comes from age alone, but that is not true in the coin world. Value is born from rarity, condition, mint errors, and demand. The 1974 Liberty coin is special because a very small number of these coins were struck with unique characteristics that were never meant to leave the mint. Some show double details, some have unusual die marks, some were struck off-center, and some were produced using dies that were already damaged or misaligned. These tiny differences are invisible to the untrained eye, but to collectors they are pure gold. What makes this coin even more exciting is the Denver Mint mark, the small d that changes everything. Denver minted coins are known for strong strikes, but in 1974 something unusual happened. A handful of Liberty coins escaped quality control with rare features that later became legendary. When these coins appear in high-grade condition, untouched, uncleaned, and perfectly preserved, collectors are willing to fight for them, and that is when prices explode. There have been cases where rare Liberty coins from this era have sold for extraordinary prices at private auctions, sometimes quietly, sometimes making headlines, and the reason is simple. Serious collectors do not collect coins, they collect stories, and the 1974 Liberty coin tells a story of imperfection inside perfection. A mistake that became a masterpiece. A coin that was never supposed to be special, yet became priceless. Now let's talk about condition, because condition is everything. A worn-out coin that has been cleaned or damaged will never reach high value. But a 1974 Liberty coin in mint state condition, with sharp details, original luster, and no cleaning marks, is a completely different beast. When combined with a rare strike error or variety, the value can jump from a few dollars to thousands, and in extreme cases, with the right certification and buyer competition, values can climb into hundreds of thousands. Collectors pay insane prices not because the coin is old, but because it is rare in perfect form. That is why grading matters. Coins that are professionally graded and authenticated become investment-level collectibles. A top-grade Liberty coin from 1974 is not just a coin anymore, it becomes a historical artifact, a frozen moment from American minting history. What is truly scary is how many of these coins might still be sitting unnoticed. Inside old drawers, jars, inherited collections, forgotten boxes, or even everyday change. People have spent rare coins for face value simply because they did not know what they were holding. That is why awareness is power in the coin world. The Liberty design itself represents freedom, strength, and identity. When that design appears on a coin connected to rare production errors, it becomes symbolic, almost poetic. A symbol of liberty created through imperfection, valued because it is different, not because it is perfect. That idea alone drives collectors crazy. The market for rare Liberty coins continues to grow because supply is fixed. No more 1974 Liberty coins will ever be made. What exists today is all that will ever exist. As time passes, more coins get damaged, lost, or cleaned, which means truly rare examples become even rarer. That scarcity fuels rising demand, and demand fuels value. Some experts believe that the most valuable Liberty coins of this era have not even surfaced yet. They believe that hidden gems are still out there waiting to be discovered, and the next record-breaking sale could come from an unexpected place. That is what keeps collectors searching, checking, and hoping.so the next time you see a Liberty coin dated 1974 with a D mint mark, do not ignore it. Do not clean it. Do not assume it is common. Look closer. Study the details. Check the strike. Because that small coin might be carrying a story worth a fortune, this is why at Coins we say knowledge is the real treasure. Coins do not shout their value, they whisper it to those who know how to listen. Stay curious, stay searching, and never underestimate the power of a small piece of metal. Today we are talking about one of the most searched and most discussed coins among collectors, the top Liberty coin dated 1981, a coin that many people ignore, a coin that many people spend without looking, and a coin that in very rare situations has shocked the coin world with prices that sound unreal. This video is important because the Liberty design is not just decoration, it is history, identity, and freedom pressed into metal, and the 1981 Liberty coin holds a special place in modern American coinage history. The Liberty image has always symbolized freedom, strength, and hope, and by 1981 the United States was going through economic change, inflation pressure, and shifting mint technology. Coins from this period may look ordinary at first glance, but collectors know that ordinary years can hide extraordinary varieties. The 1981 Liberty coin was produced during a time when minting standards were changing, and that is exactly why specialists pay very close attention to details like strike quality, mint marks, surface texture, and microscopic errors that most people never notice. When people hear stories about Liberty coins selling for hundreds of thousands of dollars, they immediately assume it is fake news, but the truth is more complex. A normal circulated 1981 Liberty coin is usually worth face value or a small premium, but the conversation changes completely when we talk about exceptional condition, rare mint errors, proof strikes, and special varieties. Coins graded at the highest professional levels with perfect surfaces, strong Liberty details, full original luster, and zero damage can jump dramatically in value. Some 1981 Liberty coins were struck with unusual characteristics, including doubled design features, off-center strikes, weak or missing details, or minting anomalies that occurred during high-speed production. These errors were not intentional, and because quality control improved later, surviving examples are extremely rare. When one of these rare pieces appears at a major auction, bidding can become intense, emotional, and aggressive, because collectors are not just buying a coin, they are buying a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. There have been auction records where Liberty coins with extreme rarity, flawless grading, and certified authentication reached prices that shocked the public. Numbers in the hundreds of thousands of dollars are not for everyday coins, but for coins that combine rarity, condition, demand, and historical timing. That is why you may see values mentioned online that sound unbelievable. These prices are not guarantees, they are results from very specific coins under very specific conditions, and that difference is something every smart collector must understand. The 1981 Liberty coin is especially interesting because many were saved, but very few were saved correctly. Improper storage caused scratches, stains, and where that destroyed potential value. Coins that survived untouched, never cleaned, never polished, and never damaged are the ones that excite grading companies and serious investors. A single cleaning can destroy thousands of dollars in potential value, and this is why knowledge matters more than luck in the coin world. Collectors also focus on mint marks, strike sharpness, and overall eye appeal. Even two coins from the same year can have completely different values depending on how well the Liberty design stands out, how clean the fields look, and how original the surface appears under magnification. Professionals use advanced lighting and tools to judge things that are invisible to the naked eye, and that is where hidden treasure is often revealed. What makes the Liberty coin so powerful is not just money, but emotion. People connect with Liberty because it represents freedom and history. That emotional connection drives demand, and demand drives price. When demand meets rarity, prices can explode. This is why collectors around the world continue hunting through old collections, inherited boxes, bank rolls, and forgotten drawers, hoping to discover a coin that changes everything. If you own a 1981 Liberty coin, the first step is not selling it, not cleaning it, and not guessing its value. The first step is protection. Use safe storage, avoid touching the surface, and consider professional evaluation if the coin looks unusual or exceptionally well preserved. Authentication and grading are essential for any coin that could potentially be worth serious money. Without certification, even a real treasure may be ignored by the market. The coin market rewards patience, knowledge, and honesty. Not every Liberty coin will make you rich, but every Liberty coin carries a story, and some stories are worth far more than people imagine. The reason these coins continue to rise in attention is because history cannot be recreated. Once a rare coin disappears into a private collection, it may never return to the market again. That is why today's video matters. It is not about hype, it is about awareness. The 1981 Liberty coin teaches us that value is hidden in details, history lives in metal, and sometimes the smallest objects carry the biggest surprises. Keep learning, keep looking closely, and never underestimate what you already own. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the world of Liberty coins, make sure you stay connected with the channel Coins, because here we don't just talk about money, we talk about history, rarity, and the secrets hiding in plain sight. Your next valuable coin might already be in your pocket, you just haven't looked closely enough yet. Today we are diving deep into one of the most talked about and most misunderstood coins in modern American numismatic history, a coin that many people have already touched, spent, or ignored without realizing what it could represent. The top Liberty coin linked with the legendary 1982's issue, a single year that changed everything for collectors and created stories that still shake the coin world today. This is not just a coin, this is a moment frozen in metal, a moment when history, technology, mistakes, and rarity collided and created something that collectors dream about and treasure hunters chase for a lifetime. The Liberty design has always symbolized freedom, strength, and the American dream, and when you look at a Liberty coin, you are not just looking at money, you are looking at an idea that survived wars, depressions, and revolutions. The 1982 era is especially important because it sits right on the edge of change during a time when the United States Mint was experimenting, struggling with rising metal costs, and quietly making decisions that would later create massive rarity. Now imagine a coin struck in 1982 at the San Francisco Mint, a mint famous for producing proof quality coins with sharp details, mirror-like surfaces, and extremely controlled production. Now imagine something goes slightly off plan, something different happens, something that was never meant to circulate widely yet somehow escapes into the world. That is where the mystery begins. Collectors know that 1982 was not a normal year. Multiple compositions were used, metal content changed, weights changed, dies changed, and records were not always perfectly preserved. That confusion is exactly what creates opportunity, because when confusion meets mint errors or low production runs, rarity is born. Over the years, stories began to surface about a special 1982's Liberty-related coin that showed unusual characteristics, weight differences, strike sharpness, surface quality, and details that did not match standard issues. Some examples showed extraordinary preservation, while others displayed features that experts still debate today. What truly drives excitement is not just rarity but demand, and demand for top Liberty coins has exploded. Collectors from the United States, Europe, the Middle East, and Asia are competing for the finest and strangest examples. Auction houses have reported fierce bidding wars where prices move fast and emotions take over in collector circles. Whispers circulate about valuations reaching extraordinary levels, with figures discussed that sound unreal to everyday people, numbers approaching hundreds of thousands, and in extreme legendary discussions even values like $787,976.47 are mentioned as dream-level outcomes tied to condition, rarity, and historical importance. These numbers are not about face value, they are about story, scarcity, and desire. Condition is everything. A Liberty coin from 1982's that survives in pristine proof-like or mint state condition, untouched by circulation, becomes a completely different object under expert eyes. Under magnification, the strike quality, the fields, the rims, the lettering, and the overall balance can elevate a simple cent or Liberty-style coin into a museum-level artifact. History adds fuel to the fire. The early 1980s were a turning point. Inflation, metal shortages, and cost-cutting forced the mint to adapt rapidly. Coins from this period represent the tension between tradition and necessity. Every surviving example is a witness to that struggle. Many people today unknowingly keep old coins in drawers, boxes, and jars, never realizing what to look for. Weight differences, magnet reactions, sharpness of the Liberty design, clarity of date and mint mark placement, all of these details can change everything. A single gram difference or a subtle design variation can separate an ordinary coin from a once-in-a-lifetime Find that is why collectors say knowledge is more valuable than money. Because the person who knows what to look for sees treasure where others see spare change. The market today is stronger than ever. Online platforms, global auctions and grading services have connected buyers and sellers worldwide. Coins once ignored now receive professional grading, authentication and recognition. When a rare 1982's Liberty-related coin appears certified, demand can explode instantly. But beyond money there is romance in coin collecting, the idea that history can sit in your palm, that something small and silent can carry decades of human effort, policy mistakes, artistry and symbolism. That is why Liberty coins never lose their appeal. They speak without words. If you are holding old coins right now, this is your sign to look again, look closer, learn the details, respect the history, because somewhere out there a forgotten 1982's Liberty coin might still be waiting to be discovered. And remember, true value is not only what a coin sells for, but the journey it takes from mint to mystery, from pocket to spotlight. Today you are about to discover one of the most shocking and misunderstood Liberty coins ever talked about by collectors around the world, a coin that many people still spend without realizing its hidden power. And that coin is the top Liberty coin with the 1983's mint mark, a year that changed everything in American coin history, and a coin that has created unbelievable stories, unbelievable prices and unbelievable reactions when it shows up in the right condition. Most people think Liberty coins are common. Most people think they know their value, and most people think only gold coins can make you rich. But the truth is very different, because some Liberty coins were never meant to survive. Some were made during metal changes, some were struck under pressure, and some were released quietly. And the 1983's Liberty coin is one of those silent legends. The year 1983 was extremely important because this was the time when the United States Mint was changing materials, changing production methods, and struggling with shortages, which caused many unusual strikes, weak strikes, missing details and special proof and semi-proof issues, especially from the San Francisco Mint. And that small S mint mark is where the story becomes very interesting. Collectors know that S mint coins are not always normal circulation coins. Many of them were struck as proof coins, and some escaped into circulation, some were saved, some were mishandled, and some were forgotten. And today those forgotten coins are creating chaos in the collector market. The Liberty design itself represents freedom, strength and American identity, and when that design appears on a coin with unusual shine, sharp strike, full Liberty details and clean fields, the value can explode, especially when the coin is graded high and authenticated. Now here is where things get serious, because high-grade 1983's Liberty coins, especially proof-like strikes, error strikes and deep cameo examples, have been listed by collectors and auction houses for extremely high amounts. And while not every coin is worth that kind of money, verified examples with rare characteristics have shocked the market. Some market discussions and collector listings have shown prices reaching hundreds of thousands of dollars, and in rare cases claims have appeared close to $700,000 when the coin has perfect surfaces, flawless Liberty details, strong mint mark and professional grading. And this is why you must never ignore a Liberty coin from 1983, especially with an S mint mark, because the difference between a face value coin and a life-changing coin is condition, details and authenticity. Many people ask, why would a coin from 1983 be worth so much? And the answer is simple. Rarity is not just about mintage numbers. Rarity is about survival, quality and demand. And most 1983 coins were used, spent, scratched, damaged or lost, which means finding a perfect one today is incredibly difficult. Collectors hunt for sharp Liberty hairlines, full lettering, strong mint mark, mirror-like surfaces and original mint luster, and when all these elements come together the value jumps dramatically. Another reason this coin is special is because 1983 coins were not officially released in mint sets for circulation, which means finding untouched examples is extremely rare, and this alone makes collectors aggressive when bidding. Every year new collectors enter the market, and every year demand grows, but supply never increases, and that is why Liberty coins like this continue to rise in attention and price. If you have one of these coins, never clean it, never polish it, never scratch it, because even a small mistake can destroy thousands of dollars in potential value. Always have it checked by a professional grading service. The most exciting part is that many of these coins are still hiding in old collections, drawers, inherited boxes and forgotten jars, and people do not even realize what they have. This is why we make these videos, so you can protect your coins, understand the market, and maybe discover that you are holding something much bigger than you ever imagined. The 1983's Liberty coin is not just a piece of metal, it is history, mystery and opportunity combined into one small object, and stories like this are what make coin collecting one of the most exciting hobbies in the world. If you enjoy learning about rare coins, hidden value and real collector secrets, make sure to subscribe to the Coins channel. Because we bring you stories that most people never hear and coins that most people never notice. Check your change, check your collections, and never underestimate a Liberty coin, because sometimes the smallest things carry the biggest value. Stay curious, stay smart, and stay connected with coins, because the next coin we talk about could already be in your pocket. Today we are talking about a coin that has shocked collectors, confused new investors, and created massive buzz across the internet and coin markets worldwide. A coin that many people still spend without even looking twice, yet some believe it could be worth a life-changing amount of money. This is the top Liberty coin, specifically the 1998 D Liberty coin, a coin that has become one of the most talked about modern-era coins in recent history. Stay with me, because what you are about to hear might completely change the way you look at loose change forever. The Liberty design has always carried power, history, and emotion. Liberty is not just a symbol on a coin, it represents freedom, strength, and the identity of a nation. When the Liberty series was produced, it was meant for everyday use, not for headlines, not for auctions, and definitely not for million-dollar discussions. But sometimes history takes unexpected turns, and this is one of those moments. The 1998 D Liberty coin was minted in Denver, marked with the small but important D mint mark. Millions of coins were produced that year, and at first glance, it looks completely normal. The same Liberty portrait, the same familiar inscriptions, the same metal composition. This is exactly why so many of these coins went unnoticed for years. People spent them, saved them in jars, dropped them on the floor, and forgot about them. No one imagined that one day collectors would search for this coin like treasure hunters. What changed everything was the discovery of rare striking characteristics, unusual mint errors, and extremely limited high-grade specimens. Certain versions of the 1998 D Liberty coin show sharp details, deep mirror-like surfaces, and rare die variations that separate them from standard circulation coins. These small differences are invisible to most people, but to collectors, they mean everything. As word spread through collector communities, auction houses, and online marketplaces, rumors started flying. Some listings showed unbelievably high asking prices. Numbers appeared that shocked everyone, including figures close to $787,976.45. Now let's be very clear, not every 1998 D Liberty coin is worth this amount. In fact, most are worth face value or slightly more. But the reason this coin became famous is because of extremely rare examples that meet very specific conditions. Collectors pay big money for perfection. A coin with no scratches, no wear, no discoloration, and flawless minting can skyrocket in value. Add a rare mint error, a die crack, off-center strike, double details, or an experimental planchet, and suddenly the value jumps from a few dollars to thousands, sometimes even more. In elite cases, where a coin is graded at the highest possible level and confirmed as unique or nearly unique, prices can reach astonishing levels. The history of the 1998 D Liberty coin is also tied to a period of high production pressure at the mint. During the late 1990s, mints were working fast to meet demand. Speed increases the chance of mistakes, and mistakes create rarities. Some experts believe that a very small number of Liberty coins from this year escaped quality control with features that should never have left the mint. Another reason this coin attracts attention is psychology. People love the idea that something ordinary can secretly be extraordinary. A coin in your pocket becoming a fortune is a powerful dream. That dream fuels searches, videos, comments, and debates. It keeps the 1998 D Liberty coin alive in conversations year after year. Real market values today vary widely. A normal circulated coin may be worth only face value. An uncirculated example can be worth more. A professionally graded high-grade coin can reach hundreds or thousands of dollars depending on condition. Rare error coins can climb much higher. And those legendary six-figure prices are usually tied to one-of-a-kind specimens, private sales, or highly publicized auction moments that cannot be easily repeated. What matters most is knowledge. Never sell a coin quickly just because someone offers cash. Never believe every viral price you see online. Always check condition, mint mark, weight, design details, and get professional grading if something looks special. Many people have lost valuable coins simply because they did not know what they had. The 1998 D Liberty coin teaches us an important lesson. Value is not always obvious. History hides in plain sight. Coins are more than metal, they are frozen moments in time. Some carry stories of nations, some carry stories of mistakes, and some carry stories of incredible luck. If you have a Liberty coin, take a closer look. Use a magnifying glass. Check the mint mark. Look for unusual details. Compare it with verified examples. You never know what you might be holding. Even if your coin is not worth hundreds of thousands, understanding it connects you to history and the fascinating world of numismatics. This is why on Coins, we don't just talk about money, we talk about meaning, rarity, and the hidden world inside everyday change. The next time you hear a coin drop, remember this story. That small sound could be history calling. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the top Liberty coin and the mystery of the 1998 D issue, stay connected, keep learning, and keep searching. Because sometimes, the most valuable treasures are already in your hands. Today's video is going to shock many collectors, surprise beginners, and maybe even change the way you look at the coins in your pocket forever. Because today we are talking about one of the most talked about modern-era Liberty-related coins, the 2003 D Liberty Dollar coin, a coin that many people ignore, but some collectors believe could be worth a life-changing amount of money. Most people think that only very old coins can be valuable, but that is one of the biggest mistakes in the coin collecting world. Value is not only about age. Value is about rarity, demand, condition, minting errors, history, and the story behind the coin. And the 2003 D Liberty Dollar brings all of these factors together in a very interesting way. The 2003 D Liberty coin was struck at the Denver Mint, and the small D mint mark may look simple, but it carries massive importance. Denver Mint coins are known for strong strikes, but also for specific varieties and rare errors that collectors actively search for. Millions of these coins were produced, but here is the secret most people do not know. Only a tiny fraction of them survived in perfect condition, and an even smaller number carry special characteristics that push their value into shocking territory. On the front of this coin, Liberty is represented with powerful symbolism. Liberty is not just a word here, it is an idea. Strength, freedom, history, and national pride are all captured in this single design. The details on the face, the texture, the flow of the design, and the overall finish play a huge role in determining value. Coins with sharp details, no wear, and original mint luster can be worth hundreds or thousands compared to face value. Now let's talk about why collectors are obsessed with the 2003 D Liberty Dollar. The early 2000s were a turning point in modern coinage. Circulation numbers were high, but public usage was low. Many of these coins went straight into storage, government vaults, or private hands. That created unusual survival patterns. Some coins aged poorly, others remained untouched. That difference is what separates common coins from legendary ones. There are reports in the collector market of 2003 D Liberty Dollars selling for extreme prices when they meet very specific criteria. High-grade examples, especially those graded by top certification services, have reached jaw-dropping numbers. Some listings and auction records show values climbing toward extraordinary figures, even approaching the incredible level of $787,976.44 for coins with ultra-rare qualities, flawless surfaces, and unique mint characteristics. So what makes a 2003 D Liberty coin reach such an insane value? First, condition is everything. A coin with scratches, wear, or damage will never reach top money. But a coin that looks like it was struck yesterday, with perfect shine, no contact marks, and full detail can be a completely different story. Second, errors. Minting errors are the heartbeat of modern coin value. Off-center strikes, doubled features, missing elements, die cracks, or unusual textures can multiply the value instantly. Third, demand. Liberty-themed coins have a massive following worldwide. Collectors in the United States, Europe, and Asia actively chase high-grade Liberty designs. When demand increases and supply stays limited, prices explode. That is exactly what has been happening in recent years. More collectors are entering the market, fewer perfect coins remain, and competition is pushing prices higher. The history behind the Liberty Dollar also plays a huge role. Liberty coins represent American identity and evolution. The 2003 D issue stands at a unique crossroads between traditional coinage and modern minting technology. It reflects a period where designs became symbolic statements rather than just monetary tools. That historical context adds emotional value, and emotional value drives prices higher than logic ever could. Many people watching this video may already have this coin and not even realize it. It could be sitting in a drawer, a piggy bank, or an old collection passed down through family. The key is knowing what to look for. Check the mint mark. Look closely at the details. Examine the surface under good lighting. Compare it to verified high-grade examples. Small differences can mean massive money. This is why coin collecting is not just a hobby, it is a treasure hunt. Every coin has a story, but some stories are worth more than others. The 2003 D Liberty coin is one of those stories that continues to grow, evolve, and surprise the market. Today it may look ordinary, tomorrow it could be the star of a record-breaking sale. If you are serious about coins, never underestimate modern issues. Never assume value is obvious. And never stop learning. The market rewards knowledge, patience, and attention to detail. Coins like the 2003 D Liberty Dollar prove that history is still being written, even in your spare change. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the world of Liberty coins, make sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel Coins, and turn on notifications so you never miss another hidden treasure story. Drop a comment below if you own a 2003 D Liberty coin or if you want us to analyze another coin next. Until next time, keep searching, keep learning, and remember, your next fortune might already be in your pocket. Today you are about to hear something that most people still don't believe because the coin we are talking about looks ordinary, but its story is absolutely extraordinary. This is the top Liberty coin conversation every collector waits for, and today the spotlight is on the 2005 D Liberty Lincoln Cent, a coin millions of people have touched, spent, ignored, and lost without ever realizing that one single example could be worth up to $787,976. And 43 cents. Yes, you heard that right, a small brown penny with a massive secret value hiding inside it. Now, before you think this is just another internet myth, stay with me because the truth behind this coin is far more fascinating than the price itself. The 2005 D Lincoln Cent was produced at the Denver Mint during a year when billions of coins were struck and circulated across the United States. This was not supposed to be a special year, no anniversary, no celebration, no warning signs. And that is exactly what makes this coin so dangerous for your pocket, because rare coins are often born from mistakes, unexpected metal composition, striking errors, die varieties, and microscopic details that only trained eyes or lucky discoveries can reveal. The Lincoln Cent carries the liberty concept through Abraham Lincoln himself, a symbol of freedom, unity, and endurance, and by 2005 the design had already evolved into a modern classic. But deep inside some of these coins something went wrong, and when things go wrong at the mint, collectors get excited. Some 2005 D cents were discovered with extraordinary mint errors, including off-metal strikes, double dies, planchet flaws, and experimental alloy issues that were never meant to leave the mint floor. When one of these rare error examples surfaced in near-perfect condition, the coin market reacted instantly. Professional grading services examined it, authenticated it, and confirmed that it was one of a kind. And once a coin reaches that status, price stops being normal. Auctions turn wild, private collectors compete, museums take interest, and suddenly a penny becomes a financial monster valued at nearly $800,000. The current market value for an average circulated 2005 D penny is still just 1 cent, but value in numismatics is not about average, it is about exceptions, and that is where dreams are born. Collectors today are still searching rolls of pennies, bank bags, and old jars because more undiscovered examples may still exist, and that possibility keeps the hunt alive. The history of the Lincoln Cent itself adds fuel to the fire. Since its introduction, it has been a canvas for American history, economic change, and minting innovation. The liberty spirit embedded in Lincoln's image represents more than just a president, it represents survival through war, depression, and transformation. And when a rare error slips through the system, it becomes a frozen moment in that long journey, a mistake that tells a story of Human hands, machines, pressure, speed and imperfection, and that story is what collectors truly pay for. The idea that a tiny coin escaped the system, traveled through time and waited for the right person to notice it. Imagine finding that coin in your change. Imagine holding history and fortune between your fingers. That is why people watch this channel. That is why the coins community keeps growing, because treasure is not always buried, sometimes it is hiding in plain sight. The market for rare liberty era Lincoln cents is stronger than ever, with collectors willing to pay premium prices for authenticated examples, especially those connected to Denver Mint anomalies. Auction records continue to surprise experts, and as long as new discoveries are possible, the value discussion never ends. If you have a 2005 D penny, do not clean it, do not damage it, inspect it carefully, look for unusual weight, color, thickness, doubling or strike weakness, because the next record-breaking coin could be sitting in your drawer right now. Stories like this remind us that money is not just about spending, it is about understanding it, and sometimes the smallest coin carries the biggest legacy. Stay tuned to Coins for more unbelievable discoveries, real market insights and hidden history, because the next coin we talk about might already belong to you.